Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're hanging out with us today because we are tackling one of the most highly sought after goals in the entire fitness world. We're going to explore the ultimate formula for achieving that highly aesthetic V-taper physique. Listen, if you've ever felt like your time grinding away in the gym just isn't translating to the look you actually want, you are in exactly the right place. We are going to break this down step by step to see how this kind of transformation is actually achieved. Okay, let's do a quick mental exercise. Picture two completely distinct physiques for a moment, Guy A and Guy B. Before you even analyze them or overthink it, ask yourself, who naturally looks better? Why do we, as human beings, instantly find some physiques so much more attractive than others? Like, why do some body shapes just scream strength and aesthetics, while others, even if they have a ton of raw muscle on them, just don't hit the same? Well, the answer is actually really simple. It is not just about raw muscle mass. It's entirely about shape. We are biologically wired to find a very specific set of proportions universally attractive.
Now, what's really wild is that this is not some new trend on social media. There's a reason why pretty much every single superhero we know, Superman, Batman, you name it, is drawn with this exact same body shape. Even going back 2,000 years, the statues of ancient Greece showcased this identical look, broad shoulders, tapering seamlessly down into a tight, small waist. That is the legendary V-taper. And you know the creator from our source material? He actually used to be this super skinny kid with absolutely zero shape, literally bullied for looking like a stick. But by deliberately building this specific shape, his entire life changed. That validation, that projection of strength, it's completely within your reach, and we're going to show you exactly how it's done.
All right, let's dive right into this. When it comes to building a V-taper, most people think it's like a giant puzzle. They assume you need to train 6 days a week, hit every single body part from 10 different angles, and practically live in the gym. But our sources are incredibly clear on this. That is simply the wrong way. You absolutely do not have to overcomplicate your routine to get phenomenal results. The right way? It's honestly as simple as mastering just 3 core exercises. Seriously, 3. Each one is designed to deliberately fix a specific problem that's currently throwing off your proportions. Think of these 3 exercises as the essential hardware needed to sculpt your physique. First up, we've got chest-supported lateral raises. Big arms are cool and all, but wide shoulders? That is the literal frame of your V-taper. By leaning your chest flat against an incline bench, you completely eliminate momentum. You can't cheat by swinging the weights, which forces your side deltoids to do all the work instead of letting your traps take over. Next up, incline Smith machine presses. A massive mistake people make is relying way too much on the traditional flat bench press, which targets the lower chest and honestly gives you a blocky, bottom-heavy look. Incline presses build that upper chest thickness, giving you that thick, armored appearance. And finally, pull-ups. If there is one defining V-taper movement, this is it. Starting from a dead hang and pulling your chest to the bar flares out your lats, which creates the crazy visual illusion of a significantly smaller waist. Master these 3, and your frame is set. But here is the hard truth. You can master that hardware perfectly. You can hit every single rep with perfect form, but as the famous saying goes, abs are made in the kitchen. Well, the exact same rule applies to your V-taper. All the heavy lifting in the world simply will not matter if your software, meaning your diet, isn't totally locked in. Section 1, the kitchen, mastering the lean bulk. So let's get into the actual mathematics of nutrition that will fuel this transformation, especially for those of you who might consider yourselves skinny or skinny fat. What does lean bulking actually mean? Well, it is definitely not a free pass to just eat everything in sight. It's defined as eating slightly above your maintenance calories. The goal here is surgical. You want to give your body just enough extra fuel to build new muscle tissue without slapping on a bunch of excess fat. It's all about precision, not gluttony. And here is the exact step-by-step mathematical formula to pull this off. It takes this kind of intimidating concept of a caloric surplus and makes it incredibly actionable. Step 1, literally just hop on Google, search for a calorie calculator, plug in your stats, and find your estimated maintenance level. Step 2, add just 200 to 300 calories to that baseline number and eat exactly that amount every single day for a full week. Step 3, weigh yourself daily. If after a week your average weight hasn't nudged up just a little bit, you adjust. You add another 200 to 300 calories and repeat the process. Guys, it is just pure data collection. And while you are carefully adjusting those calories, there's one golden rule of nutrition you absolutely must hit for muscle building. The number 1. You need exactly 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight every single day. No exceptions. If you weigh 150 pounds, you need 150 grams of protein. That is the fundamental building block your body literally needs to construct that new V-taper.
Let's visualize what your daily plate actually looks like when you're targeting these macros. Your absolute first priority, that protein, 1 gram per pound of body weight. The second vital slice of the pie is your healthy fats. You want to aim for at least 50 grams a day just to keep your hormones optimized and firing correctly. Once you hit the protein and the fats, the remainder of your daily calorie allowance is simply filled up with carbs. And that's literally the whole shebang. Our sources emphasize that you really shouldn't overthink this part. Don't stress out about having perfect meal timing or eating 6 tiny meals a day. Just hit these numbers cleanly and you're going to see progress.
Section 2. Tracking calories and macros. Tools for precision. Because look, knowing the lean bulk formula is completely useless if you don't have the tools to measure it accurately. You have to know exactly what is going into your body. Let's compare 2 totally different dieting strategies. Strategy 1 is guessing. Honestly, this is what most people do, and it leads directly to missed macro targets, poor proportions, and entirely stalled progress. Strategy 2 is precision tracking. Our source material highlights using smart tools like the Calorie app, which fundamentally changes the game. Instead of the massive headache of guessing ingredients, you can literally just take pictures of your meals or scan barcodes, and it perfectly tracks your calories, protein, carbs, and fats seamlessly. Here are some rapid-fire, highly actionable tracking tips directly from our sources to make this a breeze. When you're eating out and have no idea what the ingredients are, just snap a picture and let the app estimate it for you. It's a lifesaver. Always double-check the app's logged ingredients just to ensure things look accurate. If you're eating something out of a package, always scan the barcode for extreme precision. But above all, and this is the absolute key to making this whole thing work, stick to a diet you can actually maintain. Consistency beats temporary perfection every single time.
Section 3. The consistency mindset. Overcoming the genetics excuse. We've talked about the hardware, we've covered the software, but right now we need to talk about your operating system. Because a bad diet kills your motivation, and a bad mindset absolutely destroys your diet. They go hand in hand. You hear it all the time, right? People complaining about having bad genetics. But our source material calls this out as a massive misconception. The harsh reality is that most people don't actually have bad genetics. They just have bad consistency. You will genuinely never know what your true physical potential is until you commit to taking your training and your macro tracking seriously for a long, unbroken period of time. It is always so much easier to complain than it is to just put in the work on your physique. And hey, along that journey, you are going to stumble. It happens to all of us. You'll miss a macro target, you'll skip a workout because you're tired, you'll have an unplanned cheat meal that went a little overboard. When that happens, I really want you to remember this exact quote from the source. What you do next is always going to matter more than what you did last. Do not let one tiny slip-up cause you to spiral down and quit. Wake up the next day, act like the mistake didn't even happen, and just move forward. Your next choice is literally the only one you can control.
So we want to leave you with this final provocative question. Are you ready to stop complaining about genetics and actually start tracking? Achieving that superhero V-taper isn't some accident of birth. It is a choice you make day after day, under the bar, and most importantly, in the kitchen with your calories and protein. The formula is right here. The tools are right in front of you. The real question is, are you ready to put in the work? Think about it, and we will catch you in the next explainer.